Professor Fan Din was finally persuaded by Zhuan Meiqiangba. Decided to go to Tibet with him, in search of the legendary battle mastiff Purple Unicorn. The car to the airport is already waiting downstairs. A journey of life and death through the world. Tibetan password. It's on the air. That lunatic took advantage of Zhuan Meiqiangba when he was stunned. Rubbed several 38s in his hands, turned around and run. Zhuan Meiqiangba was shocked. Forgot to catch up. Zhang Li is quick-witted, grabbing the waistcoat of this madman's vest. But this lunatic is so strong. Boom. Ripped the vest and fled. Zhang Li glanced at Zhuan Meiqiangba. I don't know if I should chase it. In the blink of an eye, the lunatic has turned an alley and disappeared. Heart in Zhuan Meiqiangba's hands. I don't see the chest of a madman, but he knew there had to be something. What is he busy asking? Gabasu. What's on his chest? Zhang Li said yes. It looks like a picture of a wolf head. Zhuan Meiqiangba said no, not a wolf. It is the totem of the Purple Unicorn. What? Wang Ding could hardly believe her ears. Zhuan Meiqiangba said that I told you, Mentor. You forgot. The Giba are further south than our village. It's the tribe that goes deepest into no man's land. The legend of the Purple Island, it originated from them as well. Professor Fang suddenly realized. Oh, yes, I remember. That's what you said. That one was still under slash and burn cultivation before liberation. Primitive tribes that hunted in packs. Zhuan Meiqiangba murmured. Yes. They don't live on roads. To climb a peak of more than 7,000 meters above sea level, they are guarding the last plateau. Virgin Forest, it's a tribe that lives with wolves. They are brave. The best hunter in the highland forest. I was going to find that tribe, but my father stopped me. He said they were inaccessible. They are the closest to hiding demons. And the Purple Unicorn. It is also to help the auspicious Tianmen defeat and guard the divine beast of the Tibetan devil. These distant myths. It has long been sealed under the seal of history. But only my father still remembers him. Zhang Li said that people have run away now. Do you want to chase? Zhuan Meiqiangba nodded fiercely. Okay. We must find this person. Now it's almost certain. He knows about the Purple Unicorn. Zhang Li has learned it from the conversation between the two. Got a clue. Not that it takes so much trouble. That's just looking for a dog. I saw Zhuan Meiqiangba's anxiety in the color. He couldn't help but have a secret laugh in his heart. Huang Din enlightened and said Huang Din. He has lived here for a long time. I think it would be very easy to find him. 3 people got in the car and went for a lap. He asked, a local person. The man pointed out a way. Finally muttered what was so good about that beggar. Fang. Humph. Someone was looking for him one after another. What? Zhuan Meiqiangba and Fang Din were both taken aback. Ask what's going on. What did that person say? There was a little girl 2 days ago. I chain or non-chain. I'm also asking where the lunatic lives. Do you know her? Fang Din shook his head. Zhuan Meiqiangba's eyes widened. Say something out loud. A little girl. Did you see her clearly? Where has she gone? The man was taken aback. Talk about it. Don't know. He just came to ask the way. How do I know where he went? He is not Tibetan. That. You know this guy. Fang Din said to Zhuan Meiqiangba. Zhuan Meiqiangba disguised himself and said, I am. Not me, I just want to. Could someone else be looking for the purple unicorn? Well, if someone else finds it first. That would be bad. Fang Dian knew his student well. He is not good at. Lai looked up at Zhuo Mukamba. What about Zhuo Mukamba? Dare not look right. Like a schoolboy who did something wrong. Embarrassed to say. Let's go find that lunatic. If he really leaves, then. The three men arrived at the madman's temporary abode. The houses are all made of wood. Wooden building support, for all 5 meters above the ground. The 5 colored strips of cloth on the roof are gray. The facade is painted with sun, moon and auspicious clouds. There are white stones on both sides of the lintel to cheer. In the middle is a pair of horns. The door is unlocked. Push the door to enter. It was empty. The wind blows through the hall. The stench of urine, mixed with all kinds of corrosive breath. The three looked at it privately. The roof is also painted with traditional Tibetan murals. One of the back rooms facing the sun is a Buddhist temple. The shrine has also been emptied. The room was very dusty. Countless tattered clothes are piled up in one corner. It seems to be used as a bed for sleeping. There's nobody in the neighborhood. Zhuo Mukiamba and Fang Shinshang are anxious. There. I don't know where this lunatic went. I just heard Zhang Din shouting here. Zhuo Mukiamba and Fang Dian. BC to the Buddhist hole that Zhang Li visited. I saw Zhang Li open the window, pointing to the path under the window. The madman huddled up. Dog. Like a hedgehog. You really can't find her. 3 people left the house hurriedly. Go around to the back of the cabin. Tension from the left. Professor Zhuo Mukiamba and Professor Fang from the right. Block the lunatic in the alley behind the log cabin. But they soon found out. It's redundant. The madman curled up. Whole body. They are all wrapped in a sheet of unknown texture, inside the thick black blanket. Shaking in fear. He tried desperately to bury his head in the blanket, too. But from time to time, he probed the outside. A pair of eyes, turning in panic. The ground stinks. A pool, a filth. It turned out that the urine was incontinent. Zhuo Mukiamba was surprised in their hearts, followed this madman's gaze, but found a ball of fluffy stuff. It turned out to be a little black dog about 4 or 5 months old. Walking is still wobbly. Tibetans regard dogs as gods. Totem worship gods in many regions. There are dog gods. Tibetans respect dogs, just as the Indians worship the cow god. Small and large dogs. You can swagger in the streets and alleys. No matter where in Tibet. Found 1 or 2 groups of wild local dogs. That's really not surprising, if you have experience and vision. 2 kinds of dog can be found among all kinds of dogs, even mastiffs. But this puppy in front of me, Zhuo Mukiamba and Fang Dian can both distinguish at a glance. It was just an ordinary dog. With his current size and mobility, it really doesn't pose any threat to an adult. They just don't know. This lunatic is against this little thing. Why are you so scared? This puppy is also out for food. The madman's fell to the ground. The puppy just leaned over naturally. That lunatic's eyes are about to bulge out. A hoarse cry came out of his mouth. He was only afraid that the puppy would come close. Again. If it is any closer, he's about to pass out. Zhuo Mukiamba strode forward. A big hand gently placed on the dog's neck. The puppy can't go any further. The madman cried out like crazy. Go away. Take it. Take it away. Only a few people can understand the Tibetan dialect in the extreme south. Fortunately, Mukamba is also from that area. Mukamba smiled slightly, holding the puppy in the palm of my hand. In front of a madman. Say, how can you talk? Crazy chest. In violent ups and downs. He refused to look at Mukamba's hand. He begged to take him away. I'm begging you. Wang Din blocked the puppy with his hands. Say to Mukamba. It seems. He was really terrified of this animal. Don't scare him to death. Mukamba let go. He handed the puppy to Zhang Lei, who was behind him. Just asked me to ask you. Are you Yakiba? And where is your village? Why are you here alone? The madman stared at the puppy in Zhang Lei's hands, showing eyes full of fear but full of hatred. His teeth were trembling. But then he said it like he was clenching his teeth. It's all here. All dead. Although Wang Ding couldn't understand what the madman was saying, but he noticed. The lunatic's left ear is missing a piece, although the wound has long since healed. But judging from the traces left behind, it looks like it was bitten by a dog. Mukamba frowned. What died? Can you make it clearer? The madman's mouth was drooling. Confused eyes, saying all the bravery, all bitten to death. He seemed to remember something. Fear reveals indifference to death. Mukamba saw this gaze. My heart is also cold. Why are there such cold eyes? It's as if life never existed. He seemed to have sensed something. He grabbed the madman by the shoulders. Shaking desperately, the madman said, what about that person? What about the people in the village? What about people? There was a half smile on the madman's face. He said quietly, everyone? All bitten to death. Mukamba is mentally prepared. But it was a jump. What happened in the Nagba village? The only survivor went mad. What did he say? If he acts terrified, I'm still afraid that I can comfort him. But he, with this dazed expression, the life of a village person, it looked to him like a bunch of ants being crushed to death. This indifferent expression let Mukamba feel the cool numbness of the back. The madman suddenly sang again at this moment. Its ritual Sanskrit like a rain of powder. The devil of Anva. Zhang Li saw the madman crying and laughing from the side, sometimes muttering, sing again from time to time. I don't know what he's going to do. Murmuring alas, what is this lunatic doing? Fang Dian hurriedly gestured to stop, motioned him to be quiet. Although Fang Dian also understands Tibetan, but I don't know much about this local language. But he could tell from Mukamba's expression. Mukamba knows this language. He is listening to what the madman is saying. After about half an hour, Mukamba stood up solemnly. The lunatic Guizi sang and laughed, sometimes crying. Fang Dian said with concern, how is it? Mukamba opened his mouth. I actually found that because I was too nervous, and can't make a sound to him. He swallowed a mouthful of saliva with difficulty. It took a while to say hoarsely, Purple Kiran. The purple unicorn should be near their village. Just don't know what's going on. I'm afraid everyone in their village is dead. Only he escaped. Wang Dian interrupted dumbly. Purple Kylan. And he stopped talking. Mukamba shook his head and said he didn't know. I don't know, he didn't say it directly. Just my guess. Treacherous. Do you know the Sifan Temple? Professor Wen Din was taken aback. Tibetan culture is known, but the Four-Square Temple doesn't seem to have heard of it. Zhuo Muqiangba from his father. I know a lot of things that are not recorded in formal history. Historic sites in Tibet. Zhang Li is only listening at this time. Zhuo Muqiangba said slowly. Since the revival of Buddhism by the 33rd Zampo, Lhasa is the center of the synod. Mount Kailash, Mount Mordor, Mount Hershan. Nanking Tangula. The four sacred mountains are like a palm. Hold the pearl of Lhasa in the palm of your hand. The Jokhang Temple is located in the center of the old town. Wise Hengsen Temple, the oldest Sami temple in the east. In the north is the Chanyu Temple of Nanking. In the west you have Papanka. To the south is the Sakya Monastery. These four temples became the Four-Square Temple. Zhuo Muqiangba said this. Professor Fan Din immediately realized it. Oh, I see. It is the Four-Square Temple that was later passed down from this religion. Okay. When I first heard this spread, and that was astonishing. How can the temple of Buddhism be passed down through the religion? And among these four temples, Papanka was made during the Songzang Gampo period. Sami Monastery is Sakya Monastery, and it is more than 100 years away. And Kanyu Temple is more than 200 years apart. It is already a building from the Haohong Buddhist period. These temples are not connected at all. How can it be called the Sifan Temple? Zhuo Muqiangba's eyes. There was a hint of unease at this time. Looking at the darkening sky, Mama. Don't know either. Maybe my dad knows. Time to go home. Professor Fan Din said kindly. Right. Yeah, go home. Always go home. Your grandma is waiting for you. The madman danced back to his burrow. Fan Din and Zhang Li. Zhuo Muqiangba seems to have got the information he wanted. Didn't stop him. Actually, Zhuo Muqiangba still has many questions in his heart. But he knew. You can't get more out of a madman's mouth by asking again. Watching the back of the madman go away, he sighed. Oh, there we go. Zhang Li looked at the sky and said, It's so late. We'll just rest here for the night. Let's go tomorrow. Zhuo Muqiangba said no. Go back tonight. Professor Fan also nodded. Motion Zhang Li to drive. Zhuo Muqiangba's eyes. Professor Fan can read. It was all. Zhuo Muqiangba is afraid of his father. Master Naruhito. Naruhito, not as burly as Zhuo Muqiangba. Not as old as Zhuo Muqiangba. Neither physically nor mentally as good as Zhuo Muqiangba. But Zhuo Muqiangba was afraid of him. In front of his father, Zhuo Muqiangba is always like a child who has done something wrong. Be careful in everything you do. Make a small mistake. No need for Master Naruhito to scold him. He was already terrified. I even heard my father coughing. He will also feel his heart beating faster. Cold hair standing upright. Because Master Naruhito is a wise man. They have a lot of family rules. Very strict, as an only son, Zhuo Muqiangba. I'm terrified of these family rules. And there's nothing we can do. Hometown of Zhuo Muqiangba, Tibet. His father. He is the most prestigious local Master Naruhito. The old man told the crowd the history of the Goba people and an unknown legend.